And what do you do when you run into this obstacle? You learn, you let go, and you go on. Don't ever forget that little message. Learn from it, let it go, and go on. The quicker you learn, let go, and go on, the quicker it becomes empowering. Because if you don't do something about it, guess what? You're just going to drain yourself. Everything I failed at is, I think my pride or something wanted to turn it around. So I'd learn the hard way what not to do. And wake up one day and say, I got to do it. You know, I still have a concern with rejection. I don't take it well. But I don't let it stop me either, and that's what I'm trying to say to them. If every now and then I'll do a class and I'll scream no at the top of my lungs, like that. I said, that's the worst one you'll ever hear. Check your pulse. Are you still there? Yeah. If you can handle that one, you can handle them all. I mean, you have to find the fortitude, you know, to accept, maybe not appreciate rejection, but at least deal with it. And I think that's, in my life, I think that's what I was able to turn around so many failures, because I did have guts, you know. Growing up where I grew up, you had to have guts. I mean, I was so determined. I did something that was so uncomfortable for me, is I would not stop working for the week until I had 5 listing appointments booked. I had to get 5. I promised everybody, I'm going to get 5 a week. And boy, there was sometimes I just had to call and call and call and talk and talk and talk. But finally I got that 5. I became a salesman, you know, and that figure it out for yourself, my lad, was the big thing. And then they talk about setting a goal, you know, and visualize it. So I'd start, here's my goal, you know, I'd walk around and, here's my goal, here's my goal. I'm going to be $1 million producer this year. Set a goal and share it with everybody. What's your goal? What's your goal? What's your goal? And I say, I've learned this coaching so many people over the years. Why? Why is that your goal? What I have them focus on is talking to everybody they know and everybody that knows everybody they know, and asking this question. I'm expanding my business and I could use your help. If I were to ask you to refer me to somebody thinking of buying or selling, would you be willing to do it? Now, once you establish a rapport with the people, and that's another thing, you know, is you can get a lot of people to make one contact, but to stay in touch with those people in different ways. And I don't just mean send them Cutco or something. I'm talking about staying in touch. Just want to see how your holiday's going. You know, nothing like the voice, you know, for communication. Especially today. Look at your mailboxes today. I mean, I don't know about you, but there's catalogs for everything and donation requests for everything. And so, you know, go ahead and mail if you want, but you got to get voice to voice if you're going to get any business. A script alone isn't going to do it, okay? The process you follow. You know, like on a listing appointment, first you establish rapport and take control. If you don't get control up front, you're not going to get it later, okay? Then you qualify them, but what you're really doing is you're pre-selling. How did you arrive at your price? You know, that type of thing with facial expressions. And, well, let's say you're the sole owner, okay? First of all, once I get there and I walk in your home, I'm going to first pay some kind of a compliment of something. And it could, sometimes there's nothing you can see you can compliment on, so you have to say, listen, I just want to thank you for being so nice to me on the phone earlier today. That just means a lot to me, thanks. That sort of thing. And then, listen, I've got some things I want to go over with you, and can we sit at the table? You know, you don't sit in a sofa and they're on the other side of the room trying to sell them anything. Most major decisions are made at the kitchen table with families, you know. Then you're taking control. You're saying, listen, before I begin, let me explain how I work. Then you use a fear of loss. You say, first of all, I want you to know I'm not interested in taking a listing just for the sake of getting a listing. Anybody can do that. Are you familiar with what we call the expired listing? I took the liberty to bring a list of addresses of homes that all have 2 things in common. One is sellers weren't able to go through with their plans, And two, in my opinion, they and the agent never should have agreed to work together, because this is not what I let happen. You know what I mean? So to prevent this from happening, there's a process I want to follow tonight. First, and understand your concerns and show me around. So it's all this. When I teach this, I'll put a face ahead, and I'll put. It's all a psychological process, you know, taking people from here to the point where they're comfortable signing in one stop, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. How important is prospecting?
Without it, you might as well just close your doors. That's the door. That's the door that gets you talking to people.
What's the number one thing you did that led to your greatest success?
Focused on listings. I just made them calls. You know, well, and I think telling everybody I'm going to be in $1 million club, you know, that does it, because people help you. Oh yeah, like, right, you know, they help you in different ways, and so I was committed. I think commitment. You know, if I do make a commitment, you can take it to the bank. You know.
How do you get in the right mindset to be successful?
You have to have a reason. You have to have a goal. You know, I mean, a goal is the starter. You know, and I think a lot of people aren't sure what they want. You know, they know what they'd like to have, but they don't know what they want.